Hello, everyone! Finally, after a week of our waiting, the 14th episode of our favorite series, Skibidi Zombie Universe, was released, and it gave us a lot of pretty interesting things to look into. Unexpectedly for me, the episode was done in stealth mode where the POV had to sneak into one of the main headquarters of the zombie army. Also along the way, we had our favorite action battles and saw the return of old friends. So if you're a true fan of stealth games, then you'll love episode 14. Well, if you're really ready to find out who this cave belongs to and see how the X-18 weapon has given another guy divine powers again, then put all your business aside for the next 10 minutes and trust me. Today I will analyze episode 14 of Skibidi Toilet Zombie for you, and then show you all the secrets and Easter eggs that will 100% blow your mind. Who teleported the POV to the main mutant headquarters, and why did he use the jetpack so late? What did the zombies need this strange toilet for? And what does this have to do with the game called Grand Theft Auto? Is it true that the zombie cop managed to infect our new friend, and now the POV is in terrible danger? Get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because you're gonna love it. Let's go. First of all, let me refresh your memory and explain how we ended up in such a cursed location in the first place. As you know, in the last episode, Drillman Titan lost the battle against the new zombie after all. And because of that, the POV fell into a trap, where the monster grabbed you and threw you into his awfully smelling mouth. The X-18 slipped inside a mutant like from a children's slide, so that the POV decided to return the weapon at any cost and take a bath inside this zombie's stomach. It looked like the end was coming for you, and it was time to see how the POV would get out of this difficult situation. The 14th episode is already on your screens now, and the first thing the POV does is uses his jetpack. He picks up the X-18 and makes a couple of holes in the freak's stomach and then flies out like a newly born baby. Hey, Daddy! I was just born! It seems that the zombie is very unhappy that someone disturbed his digestion, but the POV has another gift for him. With one accurate shot from a cannon, the monster goes to hell forever. It looks like the battle is over and the POV is observing the area. Also yesterday, MonsterUp has published these two leaks, and at first I did not understand what the POV was doing in this creepy place at all, because the zombie ate us in a completely different location, namely in the dark forest. So how did we end up here in such a short period of time? If you watch the 13th episode, you will remember exactly how the zombie came on stage. He came from this blue fog, which means that after we were eaten, the mutant immediately teleported to this base, and immediately after that, the POV managed to get out. Unfortunately, this means that Titan Drillman still failed to prevent the mutant from teleporting, and that our blood was seriously injured in the battle with zombies. Well, after that, the POV turns around and notices a zombie SPEAKERMAN dragging a Skibidi toilet with black skin, and you can ask why this is important. But if you look at the leak again, it becomes clear that this toilet is a reference to CJ from the legendary GTA San Andreas game. Okay, this whole place is covered with huge rocks with lava, and the POV decides to follow where the SPEAKERMAN drags the poor guy like a ninja from the movies. You make your way inside the cave, and I think at this moment CJ says something like, "Bro, you've got to save me!" There are also two posters to your left with a reference to popular YouTubers filming their reactions to the Skibidi Zombie series. Next to the POV's hand, you can also see a heart, and in fact it is very strange because at the moment when we entered the cave, it was not there, and it appeared after the POV took his hand away. Okay, our secret operation is disrupted by some uninvited guest whose name is Zombie Policeman, and his whole face is covered with a lot of abrasions and cuts, and one of his eyes is glowing in bright blue color. Fortunately, the brainy guy easily distracts the jerk by throwing aside a stone to which the zombie reacts, and the covert pursuit continues. As I understood it, this monster is blind, and his main weapon is his nose and ears. The dude was trying to hear us or smell us, and therefore did not see the POV standing just 1 meter away from him. In any case, the POV tricked this zombie like a little girl, and by going deeper into the cave, you see a huge pile of zombies. It seems like these guys are having a crazy party with music turned on, and the POV decides not to bother them. We simply turn to the left and find another way. While going a little further, we see how the cave gets divided into several passages, and on one of the walls there is a poster of another YouTuber named Mortimerina, who also films various videos about different Skibidi toilet multiverses. To be honest, it looks strange to me. I mean, what is this poster doing here anyway, and who attached it? Do these zombies really like beautiful girls and one of these bad boys decided to attach a photo of her in a cave? Write your theories about this in the comments below, and I will pin the most interesting one of them under this video. Okay, we move on, and along the way we meet two imprisoned Skibidi toilets. And oh my god, give this video a like if you also got scared headless out of surprise at this moment. The hand of one of them is completely mechanical, but the second one looks to be pretty normal and is wearing a glove. It looks very strange that someone decided to lock these poor devils behind bars. I mean, why is it even necessary? Just think for yourself. The guys could turn into zombies in a second, but for some reason they decided to postpone their plans and leave them here all alone. And I have a theory explaining why these Skibidi toilets were left alive. It's because, as I think, the plague doctor plans to conduct some truly terrible experiments on them and turn them into robots. Most likely that's why the toilets were dragged into this cave, and the hand of one of them was completely replaced with a mechanical one. In any case, the rescue team is here, and the POV helps the guys to get free. And by the way, pay your attention to how at that moment one of them asked you to be quiet. But unfortunately, this could not be done, and the rescue operation was very noisy after all. A policeman and several other zombies heard those loud noises and arrived at us with lightning speed. But fortunately, the brother manages to clear the way for us, and it seems that the blood is playing bowling like a true professional here. He grabs one zombie and throws him at others, earning 100 points by knocking out a strike. Next, the POV comes into play, showing you how to play shooters. Because like a sniper, he destroys one zombie after another for good, and also finishes the last scoundrel with a plunger. And it looks like this thing has several modes though, one of which is spikes, and the second one turns it into a bomb or something like that. And it looks very cool. Also, at the moment when the POV has been busy while releasing all these prisoners, you couldn't help but notice this poster, and it's once again a reference to a YouTuber who's making some funny analyses about Skibidi Zombie Universe. Well, the raid boss arrived at the party in the person of a zombie policeman. And by the way, it's funny that his second eye is yellow, although by the series' logic it actually should have been blue. Suddenly, two wires appear from behind the toilet, one of which snatches the X-18 weapon from the hands of the POV and gives this blood divine power, so that his whole body gets covered with amazingly looking armor, and this gun transforms behind his back. After numerous shots, the policeman still manages to survive, and he engages in closer combat with his brother. And in fact, it looks very funny, and if you will freeze the video right at this point, then it would seem like this zombie wants to actually have a little cute kiss. Hey guys, what are you up to? There are actual children who are watching us. The blood is not a fan of such gentle hugs at all, though, and a cannon appears from behind of his hand, using which he introduces the face of a zombie policeman a bit closer to such a pretty instrument. You can also see an image on the wall, and this is once again a reference to a popular YouTuber filming reactions about Skibidi Toilet Zombie Universe. The brother turns in your direction, and at first I actually thought that he was a traitor and wanted to destroy the POV. But fortunately, he shoots past us from behind, which result in making a huge hole into this cave. And even at this moment, you couldn't help but notice this piece of paper on which MonsterUp noted several cool guys helping him with donations. The POV and the cyborg both get out, but unfortunately the latter is getting grabbed by the zombie speakerman. Damn it! Is it you again? The dude got in our way so many times and destroyed so many of our brothers that his dark deeds must come to an end one day, and I really hope that in episode 15 he will finally be punished for everything he is guilty of. By the way, at first it seemed to me that this cave was the one that was shown to us in the secret scene with the traitor TV man, but as it turned out, this is a slightly different base that belongs to the zombie speakerman. It looks very funny, but right now you can still see that CJ Toilet is still in the hands of this speakerman. It seems that this poor guy is not so simple, and the zombie army really needs him in their ranks. But so far, it is very difficult for me to explain what for exactly. Write your own theories about this in the comments, because it will be very interesting for me to find out the reason for CJ Toilet to be captured like that. Also, didn't it seem strange to you that the toilet decided to take away from POV X-18? I mean, we could have destroyed this zombie on our own without his help with just one shot, but for some reason the guy decided to do everything himself. I have a theory explaining his act, and I may be wrong, but if you rewatch this moment in slow motion, then you can see how the policeman still managed to taste our blood. Don't you think so? I also assume that this really happened. And the author of the series made the plot in such a way that he did not allow the POV to easily deal with a policeman in one shot, but instead gave X-18 to a toilet that was infected in the fight. And in the next episode, the POV will find himself in terrible danger. So I think that at the most unexpected moment, this dude will turn into a zombie and try to destroy us. And that was all for today. Write your opinion in the comments under this video about what awaits us in the 15th episode. And that was me, Isotoile. See ya!